We've had a chat about this, haven't we? About how what we think games should cost.
Yeah.
In 2021.
Yeah.
And I can put my balls on the table right here, right now, and say they should not cost 80 quid.
FIFA 22 is out, and I think what happened last year with FIFA 21 is it came out later, didn't it? Because obviously we had the pandemic and like the season started later. So like transfer window is extended to everything. So this is kind of almost back to where it should be. It was always kind of like mid to late September. I think last year was like late October it came out. But now we have like this FIFA 22. And have you played it at all? Have you had a chance to touch it at all yet or see anything from it?
We had a bit of a moment, didn't we, me and you? And it's important for me, because, especially with work, that I play this FIFA. And not just because... I want to come across like I'm immersed in the game. I want to be good at the game. Like this time round, I want to be good and I want to build a really strong ultimate team. However,
I tell Faye that every day, by the way. Oh yeah, I just got to play FIFA for research purposes. Like, yeah, I got to research. And she's like, oh, shut up, you melt.
I think that's what I'd tell my girlfriend if I had one as well.
I love that this is becoming like, as well, this is becoming like a show which is ultimately trying to find Ian a new girlfriend. If you're interested.
If you're out there, at Ian Chambers, you can find me on Instagram.
Call 1-800, sort Ian out, please.
Yeah, I want to play it, but as always, you always have the scoop. And it's never really a big scoop. It's just, it's gone straight over my head. I thought the release date for FIFA was the 1st of October. And it is. It is.
It is.
But you, like I'm sure many of you listening as well, are already playing it. And in case you aren't, Sav, do you want to fill people in?
Yeah. So this is something I figured out last year, which was when I was doing my annual. I have an annual trying to find the lowest price version of FIFA possible kind of game that I play with myself. Like I will not pay £50 if I find it for £49. But if I find it for £49, I must find it for 48 somewhere. Somewhere it's got to be doing for 48. So I'm always kind of trying to find. This year as well, mate. Like the game is extraordinarily expensive. Have you seen how much this is retailing for now?
Frightening.
Madness. Like
frightening money. We've had a chat about this, haven't we? About how what we think games should cost.
Yeah.
In 2021.
Yeah.
And I can put my balls on the table right here, right now, and say they should not cost 80 quid.
Do you know what I think the thing for me is actually with this? Well, you make a good point. That I was gonna bring this up, but like this week in the show, there's a brand new game that's come out. I want to say it was called Kina Bridge of Spies, but that's a Tom Hanks film. It's called Kina, I think Bridge of Spirits. There we go. Yeah. Kina Bridge of Spirits. It came out this week, and it's this beautiful looking kind of third person. Adventure game, which is set in like this kind of fantastical wilderness. It looks really, really cool. I love a platformer. It looks great. It looks gorgeous. And that came in, I think, retailing at £35 on like PS4, 5. And you kind of go, okay. So immediately, I don't know if you feel the same way here. If I see a game that's retailing for like £30-35, immediately I'm like, okay, it's a shorter game. We said about Lost Legacy, didn't we, about Uncharted?
Yeah, but it shouldn't be, because 35 quid
it's a lot of money.
Acceptable. Yes, of course it is. For a lot of people and for a lot of us, and just in general, right? If 35 quid for a video game isn't justifiable. Like it's a hard thing to justify when you've got to pay your mortgage, your rent, your bills, your big shop, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
If you want maybe 2 games a month, which is that's a big ask.
Yeah.
70 quid for 2 games is a lot of money.
Oh God. I always go by the tuck shop currency. Like I could get 3,500 penny sweets for that. 3,500 sour watermelons.
You know what? I love that. That's the way I do things in my brain as well, and it's not always just financial.
Tuck shop currency.
If I've got if I've got a long drive, and someone's like, "Oh my God, Ian, you've got to drive all the way down to Portsmouth, for example," and I'll be like, "Yeah, but it's no longer than Lord of the Rings, the first film." Or like,
I love that. That's wicked. Okay.
Or if someone says, "Oh yeah, I'll be there in 20 minutes," I'll be like, "Great, you'll be here in an episode of The Simpsons. See you then." And it's just the way my brain.
That is wicked, mate. I love that. Imagine the sat nav said the same thing. The sat nav's like, take me to Southend. The trip to Southend lasts just as long as Mission Impossible 2. I'd love that. I'd love that.
I want. That flew by when I watched that.
Yeah, that is the extension. We need that. Listen, app producers, we need that. Google Maps, get on that big time. Get on it. Yeah. But I mean, Kina Bridge of Spirits looks beautiful. It's £35, fine. But you look at like FIFA, and I think the top price right now for like the PS5 copy for like the Ultimate Edition is like 83 quid.
That's
mad.
Get out.
Get out of my face.
What are you giving? Are you sending me a gold bar for buying it, or what? Do I get my own personalised Ian Chambers FIFA 22 shirt on the game? Like, what am I getting for 85 quid?
You should come with like a free complimentary spa day with an afternoon tea to sort you out. Do you know what I mean? Like a little kind of like it is a game and have a little experience on us.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I'm northern, so I'm just inherently tight. So, like, when I hear things like this, it makes me sick to my stomach. But still, I'm excited because there's another way to do things.
Yeah, but I think FIFA makes us spit feathers like more than any other game because of the amount of in-game purchases, because of the amount of money you drop on packs, on coins, on whatever it might be.
I'm going to tell you why it pisses me off. I'm going to tell you why it gets me hot.
Tell me.
I don't
What
normally
makes you
swear.
hot? Wow.
I don't normally swear on the show. I've said piss. I've said balls already. I'm fired up. Because FIFA at 85 quid for a game that is pretty much the same game as last time.
Yeah.
That is, it's the bit that gets me, and don't get me wrong, I love FIFA, but the consistent, nature of the game, it is very, very similar to the previous edition. If someone said to me, Ian, look, Breath of the Wild's coming out, and I can always go back to the same game. Breath of the Wild 2, you can get your hands on it early before anyone else, but it's going to cost you 85 quid. I would say take my money on, bro.
Yeah.
But for FIFA, a game that I know what it's going to be, it's not a unique experience when I fire it up. I'm excited about it to see what the different sort of minuscule changes are, and you can tell me about those. But do you know what I mean? It's just the same thing, different day, isn't it?
Obviously, the main thing is for me is it's the reset for part of it. The fact that it goes back to kind of square one, and you get to start your squad from scratch. And I think that's what kind of really separates itself, like from other games. Like it's the same game fundamentally, but it has like new features each time round, and like you get a few new bits here and there. I mean, going through some of the new features, I mean, they change obviously FIFA now is compartmentalized into these different kind of modes, and people have different things. Like some people that I know literally only play pro clubs, or they only play career mode. And I'm like, what about Ultimate Team? They're like, nah, don't do that nonsense. You're like, really? That's the only mode I play. I mean, who the hell plays Volta? I mean, I don't know who plays that.
It's me.
Is that you?
I do like Volta.
You're that guy.
It reminds me of FIFA Street. Like when I'm playing it, I mean, that's what it pretty much is, isn't it? FIFA Street.
Yeah. I mean, that was, dude, there was a game, I think we talked about this before. Do you remember FIFA 98 Road to the World Cup?
Yeah.
Do you ever play that? And you had Beckham on the front cover, classic England shirt. I think it's when he got sent off against Argentina.
Yeah.
It had indoor football mode. That was banging. My God.
It's just like all of us on a Thursday night. I'm going to play a bit of five-a-side tonight. And sometimes it was just nice to feel like you were part of the squad. And I remember on FIFA Street in particular, Ronaldinho and the skills you could do and all the crazy maneuvers. But yeah, at the Volta, I play it in bits and pieces. But I think you probably struggle to find anybody who doesn't play Ultimate Team now on FIFA, in my opinion. From my experience, most people are on it now.
Yeah, that's totally right. Did you saw the really random event that was me interviewing Ronaldinho recently, didn't you? You saw that kind of unfold.
Come on, talk to me. What do you mean?
You did see that, right? You did see that? No,
I didn't see the interview, but I remember you mentioning this.
Oh my God. Every year, I say every year, the last 2 years, I've been very lucky to do this kind of charity event online, and like a lot of celebs get involved. And I interviewed Sergio Ramos and Ronaldinho together. Imagine that for a pairing.
About gaming. How does gaming do that? How does gaming present that opportunity for you?
I don't know. I mean, it was. You know this as well as I do when it comes to interviews. When you're interviewing people, it can be tricky.
Yeah.
When you're interviewing people who don't speak your language,
that's really tough.
Pretty hard.
It's harder for me because I'm northern, so like I struggle just interviewing English people. But you, how did you get around it? Did Ronaldo? Did he give you any good lines?
I mean, I don't remember any of them. I don't think they were that. It was more a case of me saying, "What do you think of this?" Him going, very good. I was like, okay. Because obviously he's Russian.
I was going to say, why is he a James Bond villain? What's going on? Ronaldinho, what do you think of that? Very good.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the new James Bond villain and you just see Ronaldinho going, hello? I'd love that.
Yeah, we should talk about James Bond in a bit, but let's continue. Let's stick with it, FIFA.
Right,
what's it like?
Okay, so...
you got it on EA Play.
These are... Yeah, play. Right, let's talk features, and I'll talk about the way that the game. I've got the game as well because there is the different ways you can play it. Right, these are the main features. I'll skip through them real quick. These are the supposed differences. The new one, hypermotion. Okay, apparently brand new gameplay, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and Stadia. Every match mode makes you. This is how generic it is on the EA website. Brings every match in every mode even closer to the real thing. What does that mean? What does that mean? It's so vague. Yeah, hypermotion. Oh, it's amazing. It just makes it look better.
It's a good word. It's a good term, isn't it? Hypermotion.
I'll take it.
We sound like proper FIFA haters. I just want to be clear
FIFA.
here. I love
it so much.
I just don't like spending a lot of money. But I do love FIFA. And I do love this game.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
Like I would go as far as saying more than 60% of breaded goods. I love FIFA more than that.
That's a bit. I mean, I love bread.
I love bread. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a big freaking deal, mate.
The good thing about FIFA is that you can just whenever you want, whenever you've got 5-10 minutes, you can just play it and then you can put it down again, and that's what's so good about it.
Pick
Carry on.
up and play for the win, always.
Yeah.
Okay, new gameplay features: rewritten goalkeepers to new attacking tactics. Career mode, you can relegate candidates to global giants, enjoy player career. Okay, boring. Volta mode looks spruced up. Ultimate team, here we go. This is the big stuff here right now.
Here we go.
Have you actually, they've changed the pack animation as well. Have you seen that? They've actually got actual packs like stickers.
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
I quite like it.
It's cute. It definitely kind of ticks a box for 12-year-old me, but yeah, it's cool. Okay, Division Rivals and FUT Champions has been redesigned to make it more accessible, more customization aspects on and off the pitch, kind of a football manager kind of style, and introduces FUT Heroes, the return of some of football's most memorable players. The way I'm playing it, EA Play basically is a way that you can pay like 79 pence, I think, for a month's worth. I did this last year, access to all the EA library of games, but you get FIFA 22 now, as of the 22nd, I think it is, of September, 10 hours you can play. That 10 hours tick, if you turn the system off, that clock stops and it starts back up again when you reload the game. So you get 10 hours to do the entire game. At the end of it, you get like a really minute kind of like 5% discount on the actual game if you buy it through EA Play. Or you can get it early access with one of the special things on the 27th, I think it is, or wait for October 1st when the actual standard edition comes out. So there's all these 3 different dates. I mean, how mad is that? It's like when you're young. It's like when you're younger and go to a shop and go, I want to buy a pair of Puma King football boots. Yeah. But there's like 4 different versions, like the cheap version with the bad leather. Do you know what I mean? And it starts ascending its way to like, this is the £80 version. These are the good ones. What?
Yeah, I think now that you mention it, I just want to get my hands on it as quick as possible. I think 10 hours is quite a decent amount of playtime as well. You can get a lot done in 10 hours.
You can, yeah. I mean, mate, I turned it on last night, just have a bit of a bash. Yeah. And I kid you not, dude, I've got such bad pack luck in general. I get really bad, like, pulled back, and if you haven't played FIFA Ultimate Team, where have you been for the last 5 years? Ultimately, it is like collecting stickers, but they're actual players that you can use in the game, and you can trade them and whatnot. And I last night, first pack, got Romelu Lukaku, 88 rated, Chelsea striker. And now I'm in this conundrum of like, that's amazing, a big player, a really player, but do I keep him because he's a bit of a goat and he can dominate the front line, or do I sell him and give myself like a decent base squad?
Get ahead. Get ahead of the game.
I think that's what I do. I might stream it later on.
It's a good dub. That's a good get from the get-go. So you can really build the foundations of a strong team here.
I like to think that me and Romelu Lukaku could be good friends.
I think so, yeah. He's a charismatic man, isn't he?